Hello everyone, it's Della DuLac. Today I'm going to share with you some cards that I did with the beautiful Ordinary Life DSP and the Floral Flight accents. I didn't use the stamp sets in this. I just used the beautiful paper and the pearls, the flat dots, and the accents. Really pretty, very pretty black and white, or kind of a black silhouette of these images. I'll show you that in a second. So you've got a few examples on cards and scrapbook pages. There's a few more of those. So these, when you come, you get one full sheet. You can see all those pretty little die cuts that you can punch out of this. Most of them you get two of each, except for this large one right here. Right there. I'll show you that in a second. So here's just that one missing that I did on a card already, punched out. So you get one of each of these that are missing on this one, and then the rest of these you get two of each. So let's show you some of those. Let's move this. And the paper, very pretty paper. Love those. Very colorful, really pretty. Let's get, so I have a half a sheet of that one left. Let's spread these out so you can see these a little bit better. Loved the stripes. And let's move those all over here. So when you flip them over, you've got the beautiful colored on the front. And then when you flip them over, you have some pretty black and white pieces. You can either color or use as black and white. Really pretty. And then, of course, if you flip this over, right here will tell you some of the colors that they've used in this paper. So that's a great reference to look for your card bases. So you've got the black, basic black, Daffodil Delight, Flirty Flamingo, Lemon Lolly, Lost Lagoon, Petal Pink, Pool Party, Pretty Peacock, Real Red, and Timid Tiger. So those are great resources for your card bases. Let me bring in a few of those. I didn't use all of those, but okay, so for this first one, I used, that's why I only have a half a sheet of this left. So they're 12 by 12 to start with, and I've cut this to a 5 and a 5.5 for your regular size for your card. So when I folded this one, you've got your little trifold for here. So this is 5.5 by 6, and then I scored 4 1/4 and 8.5 so I could get this fold here. So 4 1/4 and then 8.5, and then you fold those up like that. Really pretty. I mean, this is very striking with the black silhouette on these pretty colors. So I've got those here, and just added just a little a greeting and a few of the dots, and added just a couple little more for the inside. One's really pretty. And then we get into some of your other colors, and you pull these small pieces. So I will cut these down to 6 by 4 1/4, and then I will trim off another little piece to put on the inside of my cards. So that's how I use all of my paper. I've talked about that in previous videos. But these are the card base. Oh, got two of those. Oh, I wanted to show you the gradient. So when you cut that big one with the gradient, you'll either end up with just a nice soft petal pink one, or a little bit more of the gradient on these other ones. So you'll get a little bit different look with that one sheet of paper. So this one I've chosen that a little bit lighter one. So with some of these pieces that you punch out, here's that rose, little flower. As you're punching some of these out, I wanted to see a little bit of color behind that one. So I just punched out some circles. So I've got that one and the small one, so I could add a little bit of color behind those die cuts. Did that with the Flirty Flamingo. And then for the background, I just cut about an inch and a half, depending on how much you want showing, then flip it over so you can see that back side of that paper. and then the other little strip on the inside. So I use everything. Added a few little rhinestones, just some bling. And this one I stamped directly on this. Since it was a light color, I just stamped directly on that. And then this one I have the tag. So a little bit similar. This one I trimmed just a little shorter so you could see that black between them. This one I actually put them right up against each other. And then that little strip on the inside. And then this one here, I've used both these two pieces together. I didn't want the black on this one, so I've cut about 1.5 inches on these, and then I wanted the black and the yellow to pop with this one, so that's what I did with that one, and then just used the little piece for this on the inside with the butterflies, some more rhinestones. And then this last one, I did one of these that has a little bit more of the flirty flamingo with it. And then cut about 1.5 inches, flip that over again. I trimmed this one just a little bit more. Pretty sure that this is 4 by 4 actually, for this one here. And then just matted that one. So in your little sheet here, pull that back in here. You only get 2 of the hearts. Let's find those hearts on here. Maybe. Oh, here you go. So there's a heart. There's the hearts. So you get 2 of the small ones and 2 of the big ones. So what I did with my negative space from this, after I punched out all of these, I found a heart punch that I had, an old heart punch, and just out of those negative spaces punched a few hearts to go with this one, because I like odd numbers. They look better, so I wanted 3 hearts instead of just the 2. So I put those there with a solid heart that I punched out, again with the little strip. Very cute, really pretty paper. Love the black silhouettes. I will do this a lot with some of my other dies. I will cut out some silhouette like butterflies and stuff and flowers to put on, especially bright colored paper. Really pretty. This was a fun little bundle to play with. I hope you check that out. If you like my cards and my videos, please give me a thumbs up so you don't miss a video. Have a great day.